had a client who the insurance company didn't want to pay appropriate damages, and we filed a lawsuit and we went to court on the client's behalf, and of course the client has to come in and testify. And I expected realistically that we were going to be paid for all of the medical bills. We were going to be paid for the time the guy lost from his job, and the judge was also going to award us damages for, again, the suffering the guy went through, his pain, the disruption of his life, those sorts of things. Well, all throughout the medical records, the client was being, the doctor was making record of the fact that the client's left knee was continuing to be painful, and at one point then the client stops the medical treatment and calls me and tells me that he's not going to go forward with surgery that the doctor recommended because he can't afford the surgery and he's nervous about the surgery. So the gentleman actually was from another country in South America. He wanted to go back to his country and go back to his family doctor there and see what his family doctor said. You know, and with a response like that, with a discussion like that, I mean, my response is, okay, well, fine, sir, you know, I want the best for you, do whatever you feel is appropriate and necessary. So by the time the thing wound around and we actually appeared in court, the guy actually did go to his home in South America, and he did get knee surgery in South America. When we came back to trial, I told the client to tell us what parts of his body were injured, and he described that his neck was hurt and his arm hurt a little and his shoulder and his lower back and his right knee. And when he said right knee, a chill went through my body. And I said, oh my goodness. I said, sir, did you mean your right knee or your left knee? And he goes, oh, my right knee. And I said, sir, I said, I want to ask you one more time, think very carefully. I said, you told me that you later had surgery on your knee. Was it your right knee or your left knee? And again, the doctor continued to make reference in the medical records here that it was the left knee. But here's the guy sitting in a court of law, under oath, swearing, having sworn to tell the truth. He says that it's his right knee. Now at that point, I made the decision not to ask him to roll up his pant leg to see where the scars were, because on the off chance that I was wrong and that the doctor's records were wrong here, that would completely blow the case. So I didn't do that. Anyway, make a long story short, the verdict for him was very, very disappointing because the records reflect treatment for the left knee, which was, according to our client, not the knee that was a problem, and therefore the doctor's records and billing was not credible. The judge did not award damages for any of that. We got a verdict which was much, much less than we should have gotten had my client remembered which knee it was that was problematic for him. Anyway, we went out into the hallway. The client's son was with him, by the way. The client is about 56, 57 years old. His son was in his early 30s. We go outside, and the first thing that the son is doing is telling him, his dad, Daddy, you're so stupid, you're so stupid, this is ridiculous. What's wrong with you, Daddy? So I said, okay, well, let's roll up your pant leg and see. So we rolled up the left knee pant leg, which is what we believed to be the problematic knee, and lo and behold, there were the scars on the left knee. My client looked up and he said some things to his God, and I guess he was cursing under his breath, and he goes, it's my fault, I blew it. He says, I deserve what the judge just gave me. So this is why you can never predict what's going to happen. This is why. Absolutely. The day before we prepared him, and we were in my office, and he went through it. He says, yes, my neck and my shoulder hurt a little bit, and my lower back and my left knee. And I said, okay, good. You got it? He goes, I got it. I said, if you want to bring a little postcard with you just to remember. He goes, no. He says, this is my body. I remember what happened to my body. I said, okay, no problem. I said, let's go to court tomorrow, and you're ready. I'm ready. We're expecting good results. And we get there, and the guy just did a complete, brain blank, and called it his right knee.